Hi, Melody.
Ni hao, Professor.
How's everything in China? Did you find your family farm okay?
I did. No problem. I met my cousin, Rong Mei. She's lovely. We get along great. Good thing she speaks English. I even found the next clue, and this one is in English.
Fascinating. What's it say?
It says, if the legalist lost a small child on this farm due to the lack of human kindness, where would Mencius say you would find the child? What the heck does that mean?
Well, Mencius is the Latin name of Mengzi, a pivotal Chinese philosopher who lived during the Zhou period in early Chinese history. He was a Confucian scholar who battled it out with the legalists.
What?
You know what? Log into the remote learning website and join my class on the Zhou period. That'll give you some background. Then read some excerpts from Mencius. Hopefully the answer to your clue is in there.
Will do.
The Zhou dynasty saw the full flowering of ancient civilization in China. During this period, the empire was unified, a middle class arose, and iron was introduced. The sage Confucius developed the code of ethics that dominated Chinese thought and culture for the next 25 centuries. The Zhou conquest of the Shang was given an important meaning by later moralistic interpretations of the event. You see, the Zhou kings, whose chief deity was heaven, called themselves the Son of Heaven, and their success in overcoming the Shang was seen as the mandate of heaven. From this time on, Chinese rulers were called the Sons of Heaven, and the Chinese Empire, the Celestial Empire. The transfer of power from one dynasty to the next was based on this mandate of heaven. Zhou rule in China continued for nearly 9 centuries. During that time, great advances were made. The long period of the Zhou dynasty is divided into 2 sub-periods, the Western or Early Zhou, and the Eastern or Later Zhou. The Western Zhou territory covered most of the North China Plain. It was divided into about 200 princely states. The Zhou political system was quite similar to the feudal system in medieval Europe. The Zhou people combined hunting and agriculture as a way to make a living. Associating the success or failure of crops with the disposition of nature, the people prayed to numerous nature gods for good harvests, and one of the rulers' duties was to placate heaven and earth for all people. Failure to do so deprived him of the right to rule. Such beliefs are still widely held amongst Chinese people today, and ancestor worship was developed during the Zhou period, and has been an important part in East Asia for at least the last 2,000 years. The Zhou were invaded in 1771 BCE by a less cultured, more militaristic people from the northwest. The capital was moved east to Luoyang. From this point on, the dates are considered much more reliable. The manner in which the Western Zhou fell followed a pattern that was to be repeated throughout Chinese history. To solve periodic food shortages, people who led a nomadic or wandering life in the northern steppe would invade settled agricultural communities. The conflict between the nomads and settled farmers was to become an ongoing feature of Chinese history. The Eastern Zhou was also broken down into 2 periods. The first is Chunqiu, or the Spring and Autumn period, named for a book accredited to Confucius. The second is Zhangguo, or the Warring States period. In the Spring and Autumn period, iron replaced bronze for tools and weapons. The use of iron led to an increase in agricultural output, leading to a growth of population, but also to warfare amongst the various states. By the 4th century BCE, the number of states had shrunk to 7. In 256 BCE, the princes of those states assumed the title of king, or Wang, and stopped paying homage to the Zhou king as they continued their fight for supremacy. The strongest of these 7 states was Qin. The disruption caused by this prolonged warfare had a number of long-range consequences. One was the rise of a new social group, the scholar classes, or the shi. These were the forerunners of the scholar officials of the Chinese Empire, who became the most influential group in China. In the later Zhou period, however, they were a relatively small group of learned people. Often wandering from state to state in search of permanent employment, the shi worked as tutors for the children of the feudal princes and as advisors to the various state governments. The most famous of these scholar gentry was, of course, Confucius.